Greetings, fellow Jarls. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Land of the Vikings, Episode 5, Viking Military. Stone mine is open. I'll put one person in there just to get the red alerts off my UI and hook that up to the road. So this is a renewable resource, much like the coal mine or the iron mine, renewable resource of stone, because you can get to a point where you mine out all of the terrain stone, especially on maps with low resource availability. This starter map, this is kind of like the starting tutorial map. This one has really high levels of resource, which is why you see these piles of stones kind of everywhere. But other maps, that will be a lot less frequent and common. Alright. Spring is coming. Cool. Planting is going. Oh, and fishermen are not happy with newcomers. Some of the locals are offended by the new arrivals and complain to you. They say that fish escape because the newcomers washed all their belongings in the lake. Fishermen complain not being able to catch fish for this reason. Newcomers say there's nothing else they can do. Fishermen, they are constantly washing their clothes in the area. We can't fish. So here are the three choices. We can tell the fishermen to be patient. They won't be happy about the situation. Use the water well, which might cause some new events. Or forbid washing clothes in the sea. Newcomers would permanently be unhappy. So, some choice here. Alright, we're going to say fishermen be patient. The fishermen might not be happy, but at least there's somewhere to wash your clothes. I mean, it's a pretty big ocean. I don't see if the fishermen can blame to blame a few newcomers for cutting their fish supply. I mean, come on, man. Look at it. It just goes on forever. And I think we have solved the homelessness crisis with those two new housing units. So the mine is going to be next. Mind your business. Stone depletion. So the stone depletion, what I mean, JD, is the piles of stones that you'll find throughout the map, like these. These can be depleted, and on certain maps with low resource scarcity, they get depleted a lot earlier, meaning that your stone pit's going to be needed a lot sooner. But on this map, because it has huge amounts of resources, there's piles of stones everywhere, so it's not as urgent to get a stone pit up, even though I built one anyway. The mine is getting close to being supplied and ready. I may want to figure out where I want to put my next cluster of homes. I might put some homes back here where the miners will live. Or alternatively, I can start another little cluster of homes up here to support the coal mining and iron mining. I might do that instead. I will have to cut through some trees in order to make room for that, though. So let's get this group of trees out. I think this is close enough to my marketplace that it's not a big deal. However, I won't need a new marketplace up there. Because this is a little bit further. Plus, once I have this road connected over there, they can always go to this marketplace as well. And the iron mine is all set. Let's fill it with my really weak villagers. Their strength stats are not particularly good. I have a little bit of gold still, so I'll put a torch. And maybe a gateway. Road sign. A horse hitch. And one of those nice flagpole thingies. Building up a neighborhood. So the next important building would be the blacksmith, to be able to actually take that iron and coal and do something with. I'm gonna get 2 more coal miners, so it's about 2 and 2, right? We have 4 iron, 4 coal. Let's take a look at our jobs here. So 16 laborers still. Plenty of laborers doing the labor. That's no problem at all. We are getting to the point where I might, because our population is getting near 100, might want to consider getting a second farm as well. I definitely don't have the silver at the moment, but once I have the silver, to invest the silver, because in order to keep people fed, you need to get ahead of what your food needs are going to be, because if you lag behind, you end up just starving. It sucks. And I was just warned that I have a little bit of homelessness, so I'm going to prioritize new homes over the blacksmith for now. Just to get these 2 people into homes. The training camp and the blacksmith both require a lot of dressed stone. The training camp requires 160, and the blacksmith 250. So the stonecutter, who's had it easy for a while, is now really, really booked up, because there's a huge influx of amount of dressed stone required to be able to supply those industries. Is there something like a school where you can gain skills? Sort of. A little bit later in the tech tree, you gain the option to make totems. So an Odin totem allows you to increase the intelligence of all your villagers around it by 20%. And then you have Freya for healthy and birth rates. You have Thor for speed and luck. And then you have Tyr for strength and durability. So there are totems that act as like schooling, I guess. It's also worth mentioning this is early access, so it's entirely possible that education will be introduced into the game at some point. But that's just not... I don't know what's on the roadmap. Whether or not that's true, I have not a clue. Alright, blacksmith's almost supplied full of the dressed stone. Getting pretty close. And these houses are getting thrown together. No, you have a lot of food when the marketplace, which is surrounded by extra storage, is filled up. The other thing I could do is to put another marketer up here. Yeah, I'll have like 2 more marketers up here so that they fill this marketplace as well, giving us an abundance of food that is stored. Blacksmith's good to go. Nice. Hire smart people for it. And then in the production, we have iron tools, which increases the villagers' work rate. We have weapon parts and shields. So the iron tools require iron and coal. Weapon parts is coal and iron as well, but in greater amounts. I'm going to have the weapon parts be a high priority, and shields with iron and leather in higher priority, because in order to train a military, we're going to need weapon parts and shields over the over regular iron. The other thing I want to do is go over to the tailor here and have light and heavy armor be a higher priority as well, because now with a military that we're going to be able to, they're going to need the armor as well. Another important thing is to look at our supplies. So leather's really low. So in order to get the leather for armor, I might have to kill some of the goats. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But I'm going to go ahead and slaughter 5 of the goats now, knowing that we're going to need the leather, almost certainly. A grave filled with silver was found. So we've read this before. We can either don't touch and cancel the construction. I actually don't even know what construction practices is. I think it's for a house because that's all I have queued up right now. We can don't touch the grave and keep building, build around it, or take the silver in the grave and piss the gods off and possibly get like lightning storms or earthquakes or something like that. Choice is yours. Okay, looks like we're going to go with earning silver. So we earned a huge lump sum of silver. What was that, like 220 or something? Let's hope we don't pay for it in blood. How nervous are you all about that decision you just made? Alright, so one of the houses got built. Still have a fair bit of homelessness. So I'll keep the housing construction high priority. We also just hit 100 pop. I don't know if it's the first time we hit 100 or if we had some deaths, but that's a good milestone. We're a small village or hamlet now or something. I don't know. The game actually does have population size terminology. I just don't know what the threshold for numbers are. That becomes a part of the game mechanics later on that will be introduced soon, I hope. Another thing I wanted to do is to get another farm going. So I am going to also plant wheat here in this one as well. And then I'll get yet another one And this will be for barley. Trying to use the silver that you guys had me loot wisely. Investing it in infrastructure projects so that the gods can blow up my infrastructure with their lightning and earthquakes. Oh, God! I am a seer. Well, saw that coming. The thing is, it is often a net benefit of, yeah, I'll just go red for this. It is often a net benefit as long as things that don't cost silver get broken. So I don't have animals to sacrifice, so we're going to usher in a little bit of unhappiness as a result of that earthquake. But I did make out like a bandit, right? I got like 220 silver or something like that, and only a stone cutter and 3 houses got broken. So, like, you know, not bad, I guess. I mean, some people are going to be homeless, but c'est la vie, that happens. Might have happened anyway, you know. Maybe it's not causality, it's not cause and effect. Maybe we looted the silver and we were going to get an earthquake anyway. Who knows? Or maybe it was cause and effect, and, you know, I'm going to get struck down by lightning for my heresy. Ranmir, thank you for the resub. Welcome. Taylor. Not enough materials found. Yeah, probably leather. I'm going to slaughter some more goats. Despite the fact that the game's not issuing the tutorial to have me ranch, it might be a good idea to ranch anyway. Especially cows. So that we drive up our leather. It also wouldn't be a bad idea for me to employ some additional hunters. So I'm going to put a hunting, maybe 2 hunting huts sort of back here in this community up on the hill. To try to get some additional leather as well. This cluster of houses got built. But still got some homelessness. Some of the other houses haven't been rebuilt. I'll work at the work to rebuild the houses first before we expand. Oh, you know what? I'm actually out of wool, too. Without spoiling too much, working on time to trade would have helped, because trade ships come in and you can buy the things that you're lacking, like wool or leather. Often, sometimes easier than you can yourself source it. That's fine. You guys said military, so that's what I'm working on. And I'll get a big old cattle ranch back there. And then maybe stick a chicken coop in as well. There is no structure like a forester that has you get wood automatically, unfortunately. So resourcing your wood is something that you're like, you know, kind of always going to have to manually do. I'll put 2 more homes out on this road. Still have a little bit of homelessness, but I think the priority is going to be building maybe one of these homes and then getting the stone cutter back up, because without the stone cutter, we're not going to be able to complete the training camp, because the training camp requires cut stone, polished stone, and I'm out. Ah, hunters. Nice. So some of the hunter huts got built. I'll put lucky people in there. When you have a choice between like luck or strength, I usually go with luck, because there's a lot more industries that require strength and a lot fewer that require luck. So reserve your strong people for your mines or your carpentry or stone cutting or something like that. Whereas luck is really only driven from like herbalism, fishing, and hunting, more or less. So there's a lot fewer employment opportunities for lucky folk as a result. I know that sounds strange, but that's at least how I justify it. Come on, slaughter them already. Jeez. We need the material. Ah, food has been stolen from the market. So you guys have a little bit of choice here. I can assemble a team of villagers to find the thief. I spend 50 silver and try to find the thief. I can increase the village security, and I get a new objective as a result, and fame is increased. Or I do nothing, and gain nothing as a result. So, what traits are there? There's luck, strength, speed, and intelligence. And we're going to go with security. Okay. So the new objective is increasing security, which is to build a watchtower and have at least 5 new soldiers at the same time. I have 10 days to do this. So the current priority is gather the army and increase security. And I don't think I have access to a watchtower, so I need to get that in a Tree of Life. Which is here. And there goes all of my Tree of Life points down to 0. That's what you wanted. I'll put a little watchtower like next to the longhouse. Yeah, I don't tend to spend my Tree of Life points. I just like wait, because Tree of Life points and silver are both used to resolve a lot of the issues that will arise. So I find oh, we also have another problem. I have nowhere to store the barley. Yeah. But the crops are ready. So I'm going to prioritize the barley granary so we can actually put it somewhere. But yeah, I find it useful to stockpile your Tree of Life points and your and at least some silver as well, so that you can pivot quickly. Because otherwise, if I didn't have all the Tree of Life points that I needed, I wouldn't have been able to do the increased security, because I simply just wouldn't be able to unlock the requisite tech. I have my blacksmiths saying that they don't have enough material as well. I think they're out of leather for weapons. Alright, barley granary just got built. That was really fast. So, harvest. Where are we now? We're working on the stone cutter. It's almost built. Then I'll hire some people immediately. Oops, wrong filter. There we go. Actually, I guess I got that right. And open it. And then rush to get the training camp built as soon as we get the polished stone, so that I can train at least 5 new soldiers to fulfill the security, and then also gather the army, because the army requires archers and light infantry. I have basically... shoot. I have basically no shields or weapon parts, because I just don't have a lot of leather, so that's not good. I also feel like I told them to slaughter and they didn't, which is confusing. So I might miss these objectives just because I don't have enough leather. I've been hiring hunters quickly, but I don't think they're going to be able to magically source the leather I need as quick as I need them to. The other thing I could do is to tell my tailors to just not do anything. I'm just going to close the tailor for now. So all the leather goes to weapon production. Shield production, specifically. I do have the watchtower, though. So, yeah. We have a little bit of village security as a result. And upon this watchtower, I'll decorate it. I'll add... I'll add some some flags. Increases security. You know, flags. So we got a mad rush to try to source the leather for the arms and armor. I do think that trade would help in this case, but unfortunately I don't have the points. I don't have 5 points to unlock trade. So that's probably going to be the next thing I unlock, so that we can do time to trade. We'll see. It might be possible to get the units trained up. I do have 9 days, which is in kind of a long time as far as the game's concerned. Oh, there we go. Ranch is going. Let's get some ranchers. So this is for cattle. So they'll collect cattle that is around the village and stick them in the ranch. And then periodically call the herd once they hit max pop to be able to, for leather and meat. And a new wave of newcomers. So, do we admit the immigrants? Have you guys decided that? Chicken coop's almost done. One thing I am not sure of, however, is if I have homes for the new people. I hope I do, but I'm not certain about it. But there's always the chance to make more. I'll add another house to this cluster. One over there as well. Almost all of the dressed stone has been supplied at the training camp. Oh boy, this marketplace is full up on food as well. Alright. Well, I can fix that. That looks organic-y. While I'm staring at this, I might as well add some scarecrows too. Where's my farms? And the chicken coop's done. Nice. So that will give us white meat. Alright, they have plenty of room in this marketplace now, because I added a whole bunch of storage decorations. So that building full will go away in a second. What is a hero house for? A hero house is for housing a hero, and I don't have any heroes. But you do get heroes later on in the sort of military tree. You guys want the immigrants? Copy that. They can join. Population of 122. Got a little bit of homelessness, but we'll fix that. Already building new homes. I can also add homes to this cluster as well. Maybe increase the amount of builders that I have up to like 15? 17 laborers, 15 builders? Yeah, that seems about right. It's good balance. Definitely gonna want more trees. I'm doing a lot of building really quickly, so getting more trees cut. My warehouse is full. So I will put a second warehouse up on this cliff, maybe close to the stone mine. It does not have anything like a boarding house, no. Bad houses are as close as you're going to get to sort of giant temporary houses. Oh, here is our first training camp. So, in order to train troops, light infantry costs silver, light armor, and a shield. Archers cost silver, light armor, and weapon parts. And you pick which specific individual you want trained. And then you spend time, money, and the... maybe not training an 84-year-old. Spending money, time, and the components in order to do it. So I only have one shield in the entire settlement. So I really can only train one light infantry. I do think I have enough to train 2 archers, however. So archers should be either lucky or fast, and light infantry either fast or strong. So like you and you can become hunt. Yeah. So right now I can have up to 3 troops, not the 5. Which means I'm going to need more either shields or weapon parts, I don't care which, in order to fulfill the 5 that I need to increase security. Which means slaughtering critters for leather primarily. So the weapon parts that I need are produced from coal and iron, and the shields are from iron and leather. So if I take a look at my coal and iron, coal is 48, iron is 0. So I'm waiting on iron. So another thing I could do is to increase the amount of iron that I have. Doubling up the mine. That will help. So I'll prioritize that. I have a little bit of leather. So yeah, I'm really waiting on the iron, I guess. I thought leather was my bottleneck, but apparently iron is too. Farms give food, cattle gives food and leather. Isn't the latter better? Yeah, but the amount of food that you get from cattle ranches pales in comparison to farms. Farms is going to be massively the bulk of your food. So if you take a look at my current food stocks, I have, well, let's take a look. I have 51 fruit, 37 bread, 51 fish, and 29 meat. And then in terms of that bread, if you're wondering why that's not higher, I have wheat granaries that are completely full. So if you rely just upon meat, you are definitely going to starve, as the ratio of new cow and goat births to meat production is pretty weak, comparatively. There definitely would have been an advantage to me to get a cattle farm earlier. I was just kind of waiting for the tutorial to nudge me in that direction, but it hadn't. But the bulk of the food that we're offering right now is going to be probably from the farms. And a lot of berries, too. Oh, a missing dagger. Well, we've seen this before. And yeah, there's a lot of repetition here. Choice. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So, theft can be investigated, because I do have the silver to do that. I can blame the accused thief, I can execute the accused thief, or I could do nothing. We'll investigate. I might not have enough storage. Yeah, I think I'm going to need another barley storage. The idea that I eventually have is to put a brewery somewhere near these barley storages. But I don't have that yet. They're pretty easy to build. How much light armor do I have? 4 light, 2 heavy. You know, I really don't need heavy armor, though. So the initial troops that you train are both in light armor. We don't have heavy infantry unlocked just yet. So I'm going to have the tailor open back up. But I am not going to have them make... I'm going to have them make only light armor. So no wintry, no high quality, no... fabric's fine. But light armor over fabric. So if there's any wool, they put it to light armor. And if there's no wool left, they just make fabric. Oh, okay. So we do. We found the... We found the thief. Oh, no, it fell out of his pocket. So you guys know the result of this again. So we can either kick him out of the village, make him pay, torture him, or forgive him. Harvest the accused thief for leather. Oof. He'll pay for it in silver. That's what you guys voted on. And I'm really running out of increasing security because it takes about 2 days to train troops. And there's 5 days left on this, so I'm really hoping that we get some weapons and shields made like yesterday. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen in time. Who knows? Fingers crossed that I manage it. So what we really need is we need it's a 3-to-1 ratio of archers to weapon parts. So or a 1-to-1 for shields. So either some more shields or some more weapon parts and one more light armor. We're just missing a single light armor to fulfill the request. There's also someone that's sick. Oh, weird. But the herbalist's hut... Are you sick? No, he's not sick. I don't know why they're sick. Come on, blacksmiths. What are you waiting on? More iron? Probably. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of iron. Kill more goats? Well, I already queued them up to be slaughtered, and they're just not getting slaughtered. My guess is it's like a bug. So I'm going to save and load. Because I have an inkling of a feeling like the goats that I had scheduled to being slaughtered just... It bugged out. Because I had queued 10 up to be slaughtered, and they never got slaughtered. But the bottleneck is iron. So even if I kill the goats, it doesn't help much. So I'm waiting on shields or archery parts, and both are iron needed. Oh, another thing is one of these herdsmen is like basically dead. So I'll hire someone else. Thank you for tuning in to Land of the Vikings, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 12th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community, it also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of another game. Farewell, my fellow Vikings.